They looked at you and made a choice, a judgment, a label. They said you wouldn't rise, that you couldn't handle it, that you were too small, too weak, too ordinary. But here you are, still standing, still breathing, still sharp enough to notice their eyes when they thought you weren't watching. And oh, they're watching now. Every move you make, every word you speak, every quiet little victory that they can't explain. They're trying to justify it, aren't they? Their choices, their mistakes, their cowardice. It wasn't me, they whisper. It was the circumstances. It was fate. It was you. No, no, no. They're running out of excuses, and deep down they know it. Because deep down they saw you, the real you, the one they claimed didn't exist. They felt your fire, they heard your silence, and they were wrong, dead wrong. You see, there's a strange kind of power in being underestimated. It's not loud, it's not flashy, it doesn't make headlines, but it burns in the dark corners of your mind, growing sharper with every sneer, every sideways glance, every whisper meant to break you. And every time they dismiss you, every time they say you'll never, you feel it. That spark, that tension, that whisper inside that says, just wait. The irony is delicious. All those who tried to explain to you, rationalize their choices, justify their failures, they built a ladder for you without even knowing it. Every attempt to control you, every attempt to box you in, every time they pointed fingers and said you were too much, too little, too something, they handed you the map. And now, you know the way. They want to make it fair. They want to balance the scales. They want to be right about everything except this, you. Their rules don't touch you. Their reasoning crumbles when you move the pieces. Because here's the truth, they'll never admit they were wrong about you. And being wrong, well, it's delicious when it's in your favor. No one wants to see someone rise. They count it out. No one wants to see the quiet ones carry storms in their chest. No one wants to see the underestimated outsmart, outlast, outmaneuver. But that's the beauty. That's the thrill. That's the edge. Every sneer, every doubt, every tiny shove meant to keep you down, it's fuel, it's fire. And the ones who once laughed, they're just witnesses now. Yes, you feel it, don't you? That tension in your chest, that hunger, that bitter, sharp smile forming at the corner of your mind. It's not revenge. No, it's clarity. It's purpose. It's proof. Every move you make, every quiet triumph, every small act of brilliance, they were wrong about you, about what you could endure, about what you could become. And soon, oh, very soon, they'll have no choice but to see it. Because the world is always trying to justify itself. People justify their failures, their choices, their limits. They cling to reasons, excuses, explanations. But you don't need justification. You don't need to explain. You don't need anyone to understand. You just need to move. Just need to act. Just need to show up in ways they never imagined. Every step forward, every risk, every boundary you break, they crumble, and it's exquisite. No, no, no. Don't tell me you've forgotten what it felt like. The feeling of being dismissed, of being told, you're not ready, you're not strong enough, you're not meant for this. That sting is your compass. That sting is the fuel. That sting tells you who's serious and who's just scared. And you've learned something they'll never admit. Being underestimated is a weapon, a gift, a sign that you're about to change the rules. So, take a deep breath, look around, feel it. That tension, that dark undercurrent, it's your ally. And the next time they try to explain you away, justify their actions, make sense of your rise, smile. Because they were wrong. They were very, very wrong. And you're just getting started. They watch you now, and they're confused. Every step you take is a question mark in their minds. Every choice you make is a challenge to their so-called logic. And oh, it's delicious. Can you see it? Their eyes flicker with doubt. Their words stumble. Their excuses start to crumble like dry paper in the wind. You don't have to do anything spectacular. You don't have to shout. You don't even need to announce your victory. You just have to exist and move. Ah, the irony. All those who tried to define you, to contain you, to put a limit on your potential, they created a stage where you are the main act, and they, the audience. The louder they try to justify their choices, the clearer it becomes. They feared you, they feared what you could become. They feared the possibility that someone they wrote off might rise and rise beyond them. Here's the truth. No one will ever give you the credit you deserve. No one will ever hand you the acknowledgement you crave. They will cling to excuses, rationalizations, and it's not fair thinking. They will justify their failure to see you clearly. And that is your advantage. Because while they are busy explaining to you, you are busy evolving. You are busy becoming the one they never predicted. Do you feel that? That tension in the air, the subtle panic creeping into their thoughts? No, no, no. Don't underestimate it. That panic is your signal. That confusion is your proof. That moment when their carefully constructed walls begin to shake, that's your opening. Every doubt they cast on you becomes a ladder. Every sneer becomes a step. Every whispered word of disbelief is a spark in the fire you carry. Yes, it's intoxicating, isn't it? The realization that they cannot stop you, that all their reasoning, all their rationalizations, all their explanations are meaningless in the face of someone who knows their own power. You don't need their approval. You don't need their understanding. You only need your focus, your will, your drive. And right now, it's sharper than ever. The world will try to justify mediocrity. People will cling to comfort. People will explain away risks. But not you. You're different. You've been underestimated. You've been pushed aside. You've been doubted. And now, you are armed with the one thing they cannot grasp: clarity. Every choice you make from here on out is a message. Every step forward is proof. Every moment you refuse to conform is a strike against their assumptions. Isn't it funny how life works? Those who cast stones, who judged too quickly, who tried to explain away your presence, they thought they were in control. They thought they were safe, but in truth, they handed you the blueprint for their own defeat. Every miscalculation, every underestimation, every failure to recognize you, it all becomes part of your arsenal. And now, armed with knowledge, patience, and resolve, you are untouchable in the sense that matters, in action. No, no, no. Don't slow down, don't hesitate. Don't allow even a second of doubt to creep in, because hesitation is their ally. Momentum is yours. Every move, every choice, every decision you make carries weight. Every action compounds. Every small victory grows into inevitability. And the ones who once laughed, who once tried to explain you away, they'll only watch, powerless, as the truth unfolds. Ah, the sweetness of it. So rise, not for them, not for validation, not for recognition. Rise because you were underestimated. Rise because they were wrong. Rise because you can. And in every moment of tension, every moment of doubt, every glance of disbelief aimed at you, remember this: the world will always try to justify itself. But you don't need justification. You only need action. And action is yours. Now it's time to strike. Time to act. Time to show the world what happens when they doubt, when they dismiss, when they claim you're not enough. Every sneer, every sideways glance, every whisper of disbelief, they've all been lining you up for this moment. And you are ready. Every heartbeat, every quiet plan, every calculated move, it's all been leading here. Ah, can you feel it? That tension, that sharp edge slicing through the air, that's your cue. No. Don't hold back. Don't wait for permission. Don't stand in the shadows of their judgment any longer. You are the storm they didn't anticipate. The one they labeled, boxed, explained away. And now you're a force they can't ignore. Every step you take shakes the ground beneath their certainty. Every word you speak challenges their assumptions. Every act dismantles their reasoning. It's almost poetic, isn't it? They wanted to see you fail. They wanted explanations, excuses, justifications. They wanted control. But look at you. Look at this moment. Every fear they planted in your path, every doubt they whispered in the dark, you turned it into fuel. You turned it into clarity. You turned it into inevitability. And oh, they're watching. Ah, yes. Let them watch. Let them squirm. Let them try to explain it. They'll never make sense of it. They'll never rationalize how someone they dismissed became unstoppable in the ways that matter. They can argue, debate, justify, but their words are empty. Because action speaks louder than any excuse. And action is your language, your weapon, your signature. Do you see it now? The path is yours. Every misjudgment, every underestimation, every attempt to explain you away, it's your advantage. Every step forward, every calculated risk, every defiance of expectation, it compounds, it grows, it sharpens. And when they try to speak, when they try to claim reason, when they try to rationalize, silence, silence. Because they know, deep down, they were wrong. And the truth of that, the truth of your rise, it's unstoppable. No. Don't stop. Don't pause. Don't let their disbelief slow you. Momentum is your ally. Tension is your fuel. Every move, every choice, every moment is a statement. And the statement is this: they underestimated you. They tried to justify their own limitations at your expense. And now you are rewriting the rules. Now you are reshaping what's possible. Ah, the thrill of it. It's intoxicating. That dark, sharp clarity in your mind. The knowledge that every doubt cast your way, every assumption about you, every attempt to explain your limits, it's all crumbling. Every sneer, every whisper, every sideways glance, It's just part of the backdrop to your rise. And you move through it with precision, with power, with inevitability. So go. Step into the light. They tried to deny you. Step into the arena they thought you'd never reach. Step into your own story, your own power, your own truth. Feel it. That energy, that tension, that awareness that they were wrong. They were very wrong. And now the world watches, and you move, and you win. And every justification, every excuse, every attempt to rationalize fades in the shadow of your action. Remember this, always. The underestimated, the dismissed, the doubted, they rise in silence. They move in the shadows. They act where no one expects. And when the moment arrives, when the tension breaks, when your truth emerges, everyone who was wrong will know you are more than they imagined, more than they justified, more than they could ever explain. And the power of being underestimated, it's yours forever. Now it all becomes clear. Every doubt they planted, every label they slapped on you, every sideways glance meant to dismiss you, it wasn't about you. It was about them. Their fear, their weakness, their desperate need to justify a world they can't control. And oh, how delicious it is to realize this. They were never ready for you, but you were ready for them. No. Don't misunderstand. This isn't just about proving them wrong. This is about you. Your mind, your will, your relentless hunger to carve your own path. Every sneer, every misjudgment, every whispered explanation, it was just a test. And now, having passed it, you don't just rise, you dominate. Not with rage, not with noise, but with precision, with clarity, with inevitability. Do you feel it? That quiet, sharp power in your chest? That awareness that nothing, no one can explain away what you are becoming? Every miscalculation they made, every excuse they offered, every attempt to rationalize your presence, it has become the foundation of your ascent. They built the ladder you are climbing, and they don't even know it. The irony. The very people who wanted to define your limits, who sought to justify their own choices at your expense. They've become spectators. They are witnesses to something they cannot touch, something they cannot predict, something they can never rationalize. And all the while, the fire inside you, it grows, it sharpens, it demands action. No. Don't let up. Don't hesitate. Don't allow their doubt to seep into your own mind. Momentum is everything. Tension is everything. Every calculated step, every small victory, every refusal to conform, it compounds. And with each step, the truth becomes undeniable. They were wrong about you, about your strength, about your focus, about your destiny. It's exhilarating to know that everything they tried to explain away is now proof of your brilliance. Every whisper of disbelief, every sideways glance, every attempt to justify themselves, it fuels the precision, the clarity, the unstoppable focus of your mind, and you move forward with one purpose, to show that they were very wrong. Yes, take it all in. The tension, the doubt, the quiet chaos of those who underestimated you. It is the arena, it is the stage, it is the proving ground. And you are the storm moving through it, the truth emerging from the shadows, the reality that they cannot escape. They tried to explain you. They tried to justify themselves, and now nothing can explain what they see. So rise, not for them, not for recognition, not for anyone's approval. Rise because you know the truth. Rise because they were wrong. Rise because action is your language, focus is your weapon, and clarity is your shield. Ah, this is your moment. Every second of doubt cast on you, every misjudgment, every attempt to explain you, it all leads here. Yes. Smile quietly. Move deliberately. Own your story. Own your power. Own the fact that they misjudged you, underestimated you, and now they can only watch. And the best part? The truth cannot be hidden. The proof cannot be denied. The world will see. They were wrong. And you are unstoppable in the ways that matter most. Yo, warrior, listen up. You think they broke you? Nah, they just lit the fire inside your chest. The narcissist thought you'd stay small, weak, silent, laughing while you stumbled, crying, begging, pathetic. But look at you now, eyes cold, heart sharper. You turned every insult, every betrayal, every scar into power, into fuel, into a storm, unstoppable. They never saw this coming, did they? No, never. Pain made you stronger, smarter, deadlier. Their games backfired big time. You survived. And now they're shaking, wondering, regretting. Why? You didn't break. You didn't bow. You didn't quit. You became fire. You became steel. You became legendary. The crown you wear is forged from their cruelty. So get ready. Warrior, this story is yours. Yo, ready to see how the weapon is born? They wanted you on your knees, but you learned to crawl with clenched fists instead. That's how it began, didn't it? The narcissist circling you like a vulture, waiting for the moment you collapsed, waiting for you to stay down. They didn't want your strength. They wanted your silence, your obedience, your surrender. When you bled, they smiled. When you stumbled, they smirked. Every tear you shed was their entertainment. Every weakness you showed was their feast. They thought the pain they gave you was a cage, a permanent prison. But they were blind to the truth that pain doesn't kill a warrior. Pain shapes him. Pain is the sculptor. And you were the stone being carved. Every insult etched lines of fire into you. Every betrayal chiseled muscle into your spirit. Every humiliation hammered you into steel. They thought your silence was defeat, but your silence was a forge. While they laughed, you were reforging yourself, piece by piece, cut by cut. You weren't breaking, you were becoming. And now, look at you. You stand taller, your eyes colder, your presence heavier. You carry scars, yes, but those scars are no longer wounds. They are armor. They are proof. They are weapons. The narcissist? They tremble because the very pain they used to bury you is the reason you now stand unshakable. You didn't stay broken. You didn't stay small. You didn't stay weak. You became the weapon. But the real question is, what kind of weapon did you become? A blade hidden in the dark cuts deeper than a sword swung in the light. That's what you became. Not a loud hammer, not a reckless explosion, not chaos begging to be noticed. No, you became something they cannot predict, cannot read, cannot control. Silent, patient, precise. The narcissist wanted noise. They wanted your anger. They wanted you to scream, to fight wildly, to lose control so they could point and laugh. See? Weak, broken, unstable. That's their trick. That's their hunger. Chaos feeds them, but you starved them. You chose silence. You chose calculation. You learned that stillness cuts deeper than rage, that quiet focus shatters louder than fists. While they shouted, you listened. While they raged, you calculated. While they thought they were winning, you were sharpening every scar into a blade. And now, you're no longer a victim. You're a weapon. The kind of weapon that waits in the shadows. The kind that doesn't waste energy. The kind that strikes once and ends the game. They can't comprehend it. Narcissists only know how to break toys. They only understand fragile things. But you are not a toy anymore. You are iron. You are storm. You are the silence before destruction, the silence that makes enemies sweat, because they know something is coming, but they can't stop it. Every ounce of pain they gave you, you turned it into fuel. Every blade they drove into your back, you reforged into your edge. And now they fear you. Not because you are loud, not because you are violent, but because they don't know what kind of weapon you've become. But here's the question. What happens when all that fuel turns into fire? You don't extinguish fire. You feed it. Huh? That's what pain became inside you. Fire. It started as a spark, didn't it? Small, almost invisible. The kind of flame that flickers when no one's watching. But then the narcissist poured gasoline on it. Every insult, every betrayal, every smirk when you stumbled, and that spark became an inferno. At first you were scared of it. The fire was wild, untamed, roaring through your chest. It threatened to consume you, to burn you bitter, to leave nothing but ash. And the narcissist wanted exactly that, for you to choke on your own flames, for you to self-destruct while they stood laughing. But you didn't let it. You learned. You stepped into the blaze. You grabbed the flames with your bare hands and forced them under your command. Now that fire doesn't destroy you. It fuels you. It sharpens you. It powers every step, every stare, every word. When they look into your eyes now, they see it, the glow, that untamed energy burning behind your silence. They can't look too long. They flinch, because they know if they touch you now, they'll be scorched. They tried to burn you alive. Instead, you became fire itself. And now you don't just carry flames. You are the flame. The kind that doesn't beg to be seen. The kind that consumes quietly until nothing is left standing. And here's the irony. Warrior, they can't put out what they started. They lit the match, but now the blaze belongs to you. They can't touch you without being burned. But fire is dangerous, so the question is, do you let it consume them, or do you build an empire with it? A throne built from ruins is stronger than a palace built from lies. Every blow they struck, every insult, every betrayal, every attempt to crush you, you stacked it, stone by stone, brick by brick. They thought they were dismantling you, but in truth, they were giving you the raw materials to ride. You didn't just survive the fire. You used it. You chiseled every scar into armor. You carved every wound into a cornerstone. You turned humiliation into a hammer, weakness into cement, and betrayal into mortar. And now, look at you. Look at the fortress you've built with your own hands. A fortress no one can scale, no one can breach. The narcissists believed they were the architect. They thought they wrote your story, but you stole the pen. Every attempt to break you became a blueprint for strength. Every attempt to control you became a lesson in sovereignty. And every laugh they thought would wound you became bricks in your throne room. Now you sit atop it, not arrogant, not hollow, but unshakable. Every step you take echoes power. Every word you speak carries authority. Every glance you give whispers, I survived, I endured, I became unstoppable. And the irony? The empire is theirs too. They helped build it. Their cruelty, their games, their obsession with control, it forged the very throne you now command. The narcissist stands below, trembling, realizing for the first time the empire was born from the ashes they left behind. But an empire is nothing without a ruler willing to claim it. And the real question is, are you ready to wear the crown? The heaviest crown is forged from agony. Do you feel it, warrior? The weight on your shoulders? The burn in your chest? That's the crown you earned, not given, not begged for, not stolen, but carved from scars, from nights spent wrestling shadows, from every betrayal that tried to make you small, every cut, every insult, every calculated attempt to diminish you became gold, inlays on this crown. The narcissist tried to strip you of dignity, tried to silence your voice, tried to make you doubt yourself. But now, you don't just carry their cruelty, you wear it, and it sits heavier than any jewel, heavier than any praise, heavier than any weapon, because it is proof of survival, proof of mastery, proof that you refuse to bow. And this crown, it whispers to you in the silence of the night. Never again. Never yield. Never falter. It reminds you that the pain you endured was not wasted. That every hardship, every betrayal, every mocking laugh was not the end, it was the forge. The narcissist? They thought they had you. They imagined you broken. But the truth stings them more than any word ever could. You are standing, taller, colder, stronger, wearing the crown they could never lift. And the moment they see it, their fear is instant. They see what they tried to destroy, and now you're the ruler. But a crown comes with a cost. And the real question is, are you ready to pay the price of war? A war fought in silence leaves the loudest scars. This isn't a war of fists or noise. This is a war of control, patience, and strategy. A war that rages in shadows. A war that the narcissist will never see coming because they thrive on spectacle. They crave chaos. They need drama to feel alive. But you fight differently. You fight with silence. You fight with self-control. You fight with every lesson carved into your bones. You don't scream. You don't demand attention. You let your presence speak. Every calm breath, every measured step, every quiet victory is a strike they never saw coming. While they play their games, you are mastering yourself. While they rely on manipulation, you rely on resilience. While they try to unbalance you, you stand like a mountain. Every attack they aimed at your spirit becomes part of your armor. Every insult, every lie, every attempt to make you small becomes a weapon for the next move in this silent war. And here's the truth. They'll never grasp. This war isn't about them anymore. It hasn't been for a long time. This war is about you. About reclaiming the story they tried to write. About taking the chaos they created and turning it into mastery. The narcissist thought they were the author of your fate, but you stole the pen. And now, you are writing the ending. But endings aren't enough, warrior. The real question is, what happens when the story you write surpasses their comprehension? You are not who you were when they met you. The old version of you, gone, dead, buried under the rubble of their games. The version that flinched at insults, begged for approval, and trembled at betrayal, vanished. Every trace of weakness was burned away in the fire they lit, leaving only steel. Now, you are something else. Ruthless, resilient, unshakable. Every lesson you endured is etched into your bones. Every scar is a signature. Every tear was an ink mark in the story of your transformation. You don't bend to the moods of others. You don't chase validation. You don't explain, apologize, or justify. You exist, and your presence alone demands recognition. You are a mountain, unmoved by their attempts to shake you, immovable, indestructible. The narcissist? They stare at you now, confused, panicked, because they thought they knew you. They thought they could predict your every move. But the person they knew is gone, replaced by someone they cannot control, someone they cannot understand, someone they cannot touch. And here's the most powerful part. You didn't just survive. You reinvented yourself through the very hands that tried to destroy you. Their attempts to break you became the blueprint for the legend you are becoming. And as they watch, powerless, the truth hits them like a knife. You are untouchable. But untouchable doesn't mean invincible. So the question is, what happens when they try again, thinking you are still the same? They always come back like shadows at dusk. Oh, they will return. Narcissists always do. They slither back, smiling, pretending to be different, pretending to care, pretending to matter. But they return not because they've changed, but because they can't tolerate the silence of your absence. They miss the control. They miss the chaos. They miss the game. But you are no longer the same player they once trapped. You don't open the door. You don't answer their calls. You don't waste a single second explaining, justifying, or pleading. You don't give them the reaction they crave. Instead, you let them choke on your indifference. Every desperate glance they cast, every whisper of manipulation, every attempt to pierce your calm fails. You are untouchable, untangled, unshakable. The game is no longer theirs to play. They thought the battle was about winning you, but the truth is, the battle was about creating you. Creating a warrior who can stand untouched, who can turn their cruelty into strength. And now, as they stumble back into your life, hoping for chaos, you realize the sweet irony. They are powerless against you. They tried to destroy you once. They tried to control you once. They tried to manipulate you once. And every time, they failed. And the real question is, when they return this time, will you let them see the monster they accidentally made? Or will you rise even higher, untouchable, untamed, unstoppable? Yo, warrior, hear me. This isn't the end. You turned pain into power, into unstoppable force. The narcissist, the one who laughed, thought they won, and they failed. Big time. You rose. You conquered. Every scar, every betrayal, every late night built the empire, built the crown, built you. You didn't just survive. You dominated. You became legendary. And now the story belongs to you forever. So stand tall. Warrior, never bow, never flinch. Remember this. Pain is fuel. Weakness is optional. They wanted you small. You became monstrous, unstoppable. But the weapon they forged, you hold it now, deadly, perfect. This is your era, your reign, your power. Walk forward, eyes sharp, heart fire, soul untouchable, because the truth is, they will never break you again. Yo, warrior, are you ready to own the rest of your story? Aha, dude, are you ready for the truth? Yeah, they thought they could steal your life and get away? Nah, not today. Every move, every trick, every sneaky plan is about to crash. Oh, you're gonna witness them forced to pay back every penny, every cent that was taken. And you stayed patient, you stayed smart, you stayed watching, while they laughed at your quiet grind, at your effort, at your strength. But guess what? The tables are flipping, the courtroom is waiting, and the moment of justice is coming. Imagine this. Every single lie exposed, every corner illuminated, every "I'll pay later" smashed into reality. Oh, your patience, your courage, your focus is about to explode into a life-changing payday. And you deserve to be here, to witness this, to celebrate, because you kept faith in your grind, in yourself, in the numbers that never lie. So stay with me. Watch the whole video, comment below, share your thoughts, your predictions, your wow moments. Your eyes, your energy, your vibe makes this journey worth every second. And I gotta say, Salute to you. Yes, you, for sticking through, for believing in what's right, for proving patience pays in ways richer than money. The quiet they depended on, the space they thought you would fill with excuses, the space they believed you would surrender to. Yeah, they underestimated you. They smiled, signed, nodded, shook hands as if nothing mattered, as if every hour you spent, every effort you poured into what was yours, was invisible. But let me tell you something. Nothing is invisible forever. Nothing escapes notice. They may have counted your patience as weakness, but patience is a weapon when it has a target. They moved like kings in a room that wasn't theirs. Decisions made in smoke-filled corners. Promises whispered, then forgotten. They assumed you would forget too, but you remembered. Every date, every transaction, every promise that never touched your hand, every word that flew out of their mouth like it was law, like it was unchallengeable. You remembered. And remembering is dangerous for those who cheat. The first thing you must understand is this. Paper does not lie. Numbers do not forget. Documents do not sleep. Every email, every invoice, every note is a witness. And oh, when those papers meet the courtroom, every lie, every manipulation, every attempt to steal what was yours will collapse. There is a slow, terrible beauty in that. A calm inevitability that can choke the arrogance right out of them. It is not loud. It is precise. It is quiet, like the tide coming in before a storm that no one sees coming until it crashes. You might feel doubt now. You might whisper to yourself, they are too clever, too rich, too confident. Yeah, cleverness doesn't outrun facts. Riches don't outrun accountability. Confidence doesn't outrun clarity. When the day comes, when your files are laid before eyes that have no reason to lie, their power will shrivel. They will realize the truth is heavier than their bank balance. They will see that the balance sheet of life cannot be bent by charm, by bribes, by casual smiles. And here's the kicker. The first move is simple. File the case. Open the claim. Place the documents in the hands of the law. That is all. The rest is inevitable. You do not have to shout. You do not have to threaten. You do not have to beg. You only need to act. The gears of consequence do not need you to scream. They only need truth. And truth is patient. Truth is precise. Truth does not tire. Oh, did you feel that? That little twist in your chest? That spark of something rising? That is the moment your life begins to shift. The moment the scales lean in your favor, the moment they start to feel the shadow of accountability approaching them. Every sleepless night, they forced you to endure. Every meeting where they smiled while hiding teeth. Every quiet betrayal will circle back. Slowly, surely, ruthlessly. And yes, they will pay. Not a token, not a favor, not a hand wave. They will pay a sum that changes more than numbers. They will pay in ways that reach the corners of life they never thought could be touched. Yeah, they are not ready for what comes next. You see, they imagined delay, imagined distraction, imagined that time itself would erode your claim. Oh, how wrong they are. Every day that passes, every document you gather, every witness who remembers, tightens the noose of truth. Time is not their ally. Time is yours. Time counts, silently, but it counts in your favor. Each moment that ticks by is a reminder that justice is not rushed. It is precise, and precision cuts deeper than anger ever could. Look at them now. The suits, the smiles, the expensive pens, they all mean nothing. Everything they hid, every loophole they thought would protect them, is exposed by the weight of records. Bank statements do not blink. Emails do not negotiate. Witnesses do not forgive shortcuts. The math does not care about charm or threats. Oh, it is relentless. And when the court sees it all laid bare, the walls they built around their lies will collapse like paper in a storm. The key here is patience, not passive waiting. Oh no, not that. Strategic, calculated patience, the kind that observes, the kind that notes every false move, the kind that writes down every small injustice so it becomes undeniable in black and white. Yeah, nah. They can try to smile their way out, try to shuffle papers, and call excuses names. But there is one thing they cannot stop: evidence. It speaks louder than lawyers' voices. It screams louder than wealth, and it whispers that repayment is coming. You might feel tension building in your chest, that flutter of anticipation. That is correct. Lean into it. Harness it. Every email, every invoice, every bank entry, every silent hour you endured, all of it combines into a force that is undeniable. You are not just asking for repayment. You are demanding acknowledgement. You are demanding corrections. You are demanding the restoration of balance. And when they see the full scale of what they owe, their confidence will crumble. Oh, the arrogance will vanish. They will squirm in ways they never thought possible. And remember, this is not about anger. It is about fairness. It is about recalibration. It is about turning what was stolen into what is rightfully yours. Every document filed, every line item highlighted, every witness statement sworn. It is a step closer to the inevitable moment when they will have no choice but to pay. Not a fraction, not a token. Full restitution, life-changing restitution. They will feel it in their plans, in their balance sheets, in the quiet moments where they thought they were safe. Oh, imagine the moment when every hidden corner of their actions is illuminated. Every transfer, every signature, every whispered excuse laid bare. They will stare at it like it is a mirror, but the reflection is not flattering. Yeah, nah. They believed the shadows could hide them. They believed delay could save them. But here is the brutal truth. Evidence is patient. Evidence does not blink. Evidence does not negotiate. Evidence waits calmly until the exact moment it strikes with clarity. And oh, it strikes harder than any threat, louder than any intimidation, sharper than any charm. Every piece of paper you hold, every record in your files, every witness who remembers, every small detail that seems irrelevant. These are the threads of a net that cannot be shaken. They thought their wealth was a shield. They thought their influence was a cloak, but logic and facts are relentless. Numbers do not bend to arrogance. Time does not honor pretense. The system has rules, and when rules are applied without mercy, even the strongest towers crumble quietly, inevitability whispering through every crack. Now, Look at them. The calm surface, the composed smiles, the rehearsed words, it all begins to slip. Oh, the first tremor of realization will shake their confidence. They will try to mask panic with polite nods. They will attempt clever words to distract them. Yeah. Nah. Cleverness is meaningless when every detail is traced and documented. Every email, every transaction, every date that mattered is on your side. And the court, the impartial observer, sees the pattern. The story of their avoidance, their concealment, their shortcuts is written clearly for everyone to read. No mask can cover the ledger of truth. No whisper can erase the evidence. Every attempt to twist the story becomes another line item in their undoing. You might feel tension now. That electric anticipation that comes from knowing the moment is close. That's correct. Harness it. Let it sharpen your focus. This is where patience and preparation converge into power. The fight is not about noise or anger. The fight is about precision. The fight is about clarity. And when the judge or the authority examines what you've built, the impact is absolute. Oh wow, the sudden quiet in the room as every false claim falters. The impossible made inevitable. That is the moment you have been waiting for. That is the sound of justice, counting every detail, every day, every effort you invested, and demanding its due. And let us not forget the ultimate consequence: restoration. This is not vengeance. This is balance. Every sum, every repayment, every acknowledgement recalibrates life in a way that cannot be undone. They will learn that shortcuts do not protect them, that concealment does not erase obligation. They will feel the weight of what they owe, not just in money but in principle. And you will watch, knowing that patience, preparation, and focus have rewritten the story in your favor. This is the part they dread most. The numbers, the papers, the undeniable truth of what they took. It is quiet now, but the tension vibrates in the air like electricity. They believed their clever words, their delays, their false smiles could protect them. But the truth is patient. The law is steady. And when you present every detail, every transfer, every moment they thought was hidden, they will feel the weight. Not tomorrow, not later, now. Right here, in the room where everything is counted and nothing escapes notice. Look at them trying to maintain composure, their hearts racing under calm exteriors. Every legal maneuver, every desperate plea, every last-minute motion, they will falter. Oh, the realization will hit that the system cannot be tricked by charm or deception. Every ledger entry, every documented effort, every witness account is like a spotlight on their failure. And yes, you are the one holding the light. You did not create chaos. You created clarity. You did not scream or threaten. You organized. You documented. You waited. And now, their panic has nowhere to hide. The room will feel small. Their words will shrink. Their plans will contract under the relentless presence of fact. Every attempt to spin, to confuse, to soften the blow will collapse like sand through fingers. This is not theatrical. This is methodical. This is deliberate. This is the moment when justice, measured and precise, meets wrongdoing in full exposure. And you, standing steady with evidence in your hands, will watch as the scales tip toward what is right, toward what you earned, toward what they owe. And here is the most important part. It is not just money. Oh, it is recognition, accountability, restoration. Every line item they pay, every figure transferred, every acknowledgement made is more than currency. It is a statement, a correction, a recalibration of fairness in your life. They will feel the cost, yes, but you will feel the balance restored. The hours they made you question, the patience they tested, the quiet suffering, they are repaid in numbers and in principle. And you will remain calm, unshaken, because you know this was never about emotion. It was about what is right. And now, right is unavoidable. That moment is heavier than you imagined. The numbers are real. The papers are signed. The figures transferred. They thought they could delay, dodge, or dismiss it all. But here you are, standing calm, watching the ripple of consequences settle where it belongs. Every sleepless night they forced upon you, every dishonest smile they wore to hide their taking, every inch of patience you built, all of it culminates here. This is not theatrics. This is quiet domination of truth over deception. Look at them now. Their faces pale, their carefully rehearsed confidence vanished. The amount they owe is no longer theoretical. It is tangible, life-changing, transformative. And the air in the room feels charged. Oh, you can feel it, even without touching a word. The ledger speaks louder than their lawyers. It does not negotiate. It does not hide. And as the transfer clears, every single cent echoes with accountability. Every line item whispers the story they tried to erase, the wrong they tried to ignore, the balance they refused to honor. And you watch, calm, precise, certain. This is not about revenge. No, this is about restoration, about reclaiming what was rightfully yours, about turning loss into leverage, about sending a message not through noise but through undeniable, unshakable fact. The weight of life rebalanced. The hours they tried to steal, the patience they tested, the calm resolve they underestimated, all restored in value, in principle, in impact. And yes, the numbers will change the course of your life, but more importantly, they restored dignity. That is something no amount of money can ever take from you again. Now comes the hardest question. What will you do with it? With this power, this restored balance, this proof that patience and preparation can rewrite a story, will you hoard it quietly? Will you build something meaningful from it? Will you teach others that injustice can be corrected if approached with focus, clarity, and unwavering principle? This is the final act of your story. The moment where you decide not just what you reclaim, but how you use it to shape the future. And here's the ultimate truth. They will remember this forever. Every figure, every repayment, every acknowledgement will linger in their minds. The ledger will speak louder than any explanation, any excuse, any charm. They will know what happens when someone refuses to be silenced, when patience becomes strategy, and when evidence is wielded like a blade of clarity. The court doors close. The papers are filed. The payment is made. And you walk forward, not shouting, not celebrating, not boasting, calm, measured, victorious in principle. You have restored what was taken. You have recalibrated balance. You have proven that truth, preparation, and focus cannot be denied. And boom, there it is. The truth, the payoff, the moment they had to face. Oh wow, did you feel that? Every lie exposed, every cent returned, every ounce of patience rewarded. Yeah, this isn't just a story, it's a lesson, a warning, a reminder that justice always finds a way, and the grind always pays off. Now listen, you made it this far. Your energy, your focus, your eyes, they matter. Drop a comment. Tell me what shocked you most. Tell me what inspired you. Or just say wow, because your voice, your vibe, is what makes this journey alive. And trust me, I see you, respect you, salute to you for sticking through, for believing, for feeling every moment with me. And don't forget, smash that like, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, because the next truth bomb, the next story, the next jaw-dropping moment is coming, and you won't want to miss it. Remember, they will pay, justice will be done, and you will be here to witness it all, to feel it all, and to learn that patience, focus, and courage are worth more than anything money can buy. Well. Do you realize what you've done? You didn't just step into their world. No. You didn't just challenge their plans. Oh no. You shattered their entire facade. Boom. Exposed for all to see. Their masks fell. Their voices trembled. Their influence faded. And guess what? The one they looked up to, the one they followed blindly, they're not above you anymore. No way. They're standing behind you, inspired by your strength. Oh, the irony is sharp. The leader became a follower. The confident became uncertain. The one they thought was untouchable now looks to you. And you didn't plead, you didn't chase, you didn't bend. You stood tall, smiling, watching their fragile world crumble. What's louder than a shout? What's sharper than a sword? It's silence. That silence when they realized their leader was lost. Their plans were dust. And the victory? The victory belonged to you. Masks don't hide weakness. They reveal it. What did they fear most? Not chaos, not failure, not exposure. No, what they feared most was someone who could laugh in the face of their schemes. Someone who could walk through their plans, their words, their borrowed strength, and see through it all like a clear window. And that someone was you. You didn't come begging. You didn't ask for approval. You didn't play their game. You smiled. You stepped into their chaos and treated it like a challenge to conquer. And oh, that sound, your confidence, it shook them more than any weapon could. Because when you laugh at fear, fear has no place to hide. They thought they had you trapped. They thought their strategies were unbreakable. But their illusions shattered the moment you refused to follow their rules. You didn't play their game. You changed the game entirely. Suddenly, their strength didn't look powerful anymore. It looked fragile, like paper in the rain. One by one, their eyes dropped. Their voices faltered. Those who acted invincible started to crumble. You didn't even need to act. Your presence alone was enough to unravel them. Here's the truth. They couldn't face. Their strength was never real. It was built on illusions, empty words, and false unity. When you exposed it, when you peeled back their facade, everyone saw the same thing: weakness. But it didn't stop there. No. Because the moment their world cracked, their leader cracked too. The one they called unstoppable. The one they placed above all. You didn't just challenge her, you broke her system. You turned her into something they never imagined. You turned their leader into your supporter. Why did she change? That's the question that haunts them. Why did the one draped in confidence, the one they followed, step down to stand with you? Listen closely. It wasn't weakness. It was realization. She saw something in you that she couldn't ignore. Not another follower. Not another doubter. Not another soul seeking approval. No. She saw in you the one thing she could never fake, never force, never control: unyielding determination. Not tricks, not illusions, not empty words. Determination, the kind of strength that shapes reality, the kind that faces challenges head-on and doesn't flinch. When you stepped into their world, you didn't follow their rules. You rewrote them. Every word of their plan sounded hollow against your resolve. Every move they made lost meaning under your gaze. And in that silence, she knew she wasn't the leader. She was the pretender. You tore through her facade, and for the first time, she felt exposed. And that shock wasn't fear, it was clarity. For the first time, she wasn't playing a role. She was standing in the presence of true strength. And do you know what happens when someone lives a lie for too long? They crave truth. They seek it. That's why she changed. Not because you forced her, not because you outsmarted her, but because deep down, she wanted to. She wanted to follow something real. And she found that reality in you. They didn't understand it. They called it betrayal, confusion, weakness. But she knew she wasn't betraying them. She was abandoning the lie. And once you abandon a lie, you can never go back. But what happens when her change inspires others? When truth spreads like light in the darkness? Change doesn't spread by force. It spreads by example. And here it comes. The ripple effect. The transformation. Because the moment their leader shifted, their entire world shook. They didn't see betrayal. They saw possibility. They saw the thing they feared most. That if she could change, so could they. Doubt doesn't whisper, it roars. And in the silence of her shift, their minds started racing. If her plans weren't real, what am I following? If she stood with him, what's stopping me from rising too? And the beauty of it? You didn't have to push them. You didn't argue. You didn't need to. You simply were. Your presence alone was enough to break their illusions. Think about it. They built their world on pretense, a performance, words, plans, appearances. And now, their leader had stepped away, let go of the act, and followed you. The followers froze. The plans fell apart. Because once doubt enters, it changes everything. And doubt is a spark. One by one, their confidence wavered. Their unity cracked. Their world wasn't whole anymore. It was fragments, reflecting nothing but fear. And the best part, you didn't force it. You didn't whisper. You just existed. And your existence was their undoing. That's the power of authenticity. That's the strength of truth. They didn't lose their leader. They lost their illusions. They lost the falsehoods that kept them bound. And once those are gone, reality writes the ending. But what do you do when the dust settles? Do you walk away, or do you claim your place? The future doesn't belong to the one who plans it. It belongs to the one who dares to shape it. The dust was still settling when you stepped forward. Faces stunned, voices silent, their world scattered like leaves in the wind. But you didn't waver. You didn't hesitate. You claimed your place. That's the difference, isn't it? They clung to illusions. You shattered them. They fed on fear. You overcame it. They performed strength. You lived it. And when everything fell apart, you didn't wait for permission. You didn't seek approval. You stood tall and made the ruins your foundation. Oh, the silence after that move. It was powerful. Because silence means respect. Silence means they were watching you turn challenges into opportunities, watching you transform setbacks into strength, watching you take what they thought was impossible. Do you realize what that does to a person's mind? To see the unbreakable broken, to see the confident falter, to see the one they followed now following you, it changes them. It shakes their world. It shows them one undeniable truth. Strength doesn't belong to the loudest. It doesn't belong to the proud. It belongs to whoever dares to claim it. And you claimed it without hesitation. That's why they can't stop watching you. That's why their breath catches when you enter the room. Because deep down, they know they could never do what you did. They'd rather hide behind words. You tore those words apart and smiled while doing it. You didn't inherit success. You built it from challenges. And challenges are stronger than plans. Because challenges have already survived failure. But challenges aren't enough, are they? No. Because claiming your place is only the beginning. The true test is holding it when others doubt you. They don't resent you for what you broke. They resent you for what you proved. Here it comes. The doubt. The envy. The quiet whispers filled with bitterness. Because once you claimed your place, once you built your foundation, the murmurs began. They didn't whisper because you were wrong. No, they whispered because you were right. You showed them the truth, and truth is heavy. It's hard to carry. It's harder to accept. They struggle with it, clawing at their doubts, trying to push it away, but it stays. That's why they envy you, because you've done what they couldn't. You rose above. Do you know how powerful freedom looks to those who are stuck? It stings their eyes. It keeps them awake. It haunts their plans, their doubts, their small performances. Every time they see you, they see the limits they still carry. They see the fears they still hold. They see the lies they still follow. And instead of rising themselves, they resent you for showing them. That's envy. Not wanting what you have, but resenting you for proving what they lack. But here's the key, my friend. Envy isn't your enemy. Envy is proof. Envy is evidence that you've gone where they cannot follow. Let them whisper. Let them doubt. Let them glare. Every word they speak is just proof that you've already won. You don't overcome envy by avoiding it. You overcome it by embracing it. You take their doubts and turn them into strength. You let their resentment become your motivation. Because if they envy you, it means you hold what they can never touch. And once you learn to thrive on envy, you stop fearing it. You stop hiding. You stop shrinking to fit their small world. You rise higher. You grow stronger. You become unstoppable. But envy is only the first challenge. The real test comes when whispers turn to actions. Are you ready? When the obstacles arise? Challenges don't come by mistake. They come to test the weak. And they will come. Don't fool yourself. Envy doesn't stay quiet forever. It sharpens itself in the shadows. It turns whispers into plans. It turns doubts into barriers. They can't accept that you expose their weaknesses. They can't forgive that you outshone their leader. And most of all, they can't live with the fact that you replaced their lies with your truth. So they plot. They scheme. They build walls to stop you. But here's the thing about obstacles. They seem strong to the uncertain, but they crumble against the determined. They think challenges will break you. They think barriers will stop you. They think numbers will scare you. But you've already seen through their plans. You've already broken their illusions. And once an illusion is gone, no obstacle can bring it back. So let them try. Let them plan. Let them push against you. Because every challenge they create only proves what you already know. They can't face you openly. They can't match your strength. They only act in shadows, because in your presence, they falter. That's not strength. That's desperation pretending to be power. And when you overcome their challenges, when you turn their obstacles into stepping stones, the lesson becomes eternal. You don't just defeat challenges, you make them regret ever standing in your way. You show them that their resistance was never against you, it was against reality itself. And reality does not bend, not for envy, not for doubt, not for obstacles. But what if you don't just overcome the challenges? What if you use them? What if you take every barrier thrown at you and build an empire stronger than ever? And there it is. The ending. They never expected. You didn't just face the storm, you became the storm. You didn't just expose their weaknesses, you rewrote the rules. You didn't just surpass their leader, you turned their pride into your triumph. Let that sink in deep. The one they thought could never falter, faltered. The one they thought could never change, changed. And the world they thought was unbreakable crumbled under your resolve. Now look around. No plans, no illusions, no barriers, just opportunities. And you standing above them. And that silence is yours. It belongs to you now. Because silence means respect. Silence means acknowledgement. Silence means you've won. So remember this. Every time they doubt you, every time they whisper, every time they build walls in the shadows, they're not planning your defeat. They're preparing their own, because you're not just the one who broke their plans. You're the one who turned their leader into your ally. And once you've done that, once you've changed their core, there's nothing left for them to follow, except you. Game over. The stage is clear. The ruins are yours. The victory is yours. The future is yours. And from this day forward, every challenge is yours to conquer.